Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Rebel Inc. Escalation Custom Scenarios. Today we're trying out a scenario called Revolution at the Gates by Republisk. You are the coordinator of a revolutionary movement with its origins in the capital of the country. This won't be easy. Make sure to read everything. Don't be clueless like Pravus. Okay, that's how it's gonna be then. Well, just for that, I want to read absolutely nothing, but I know that that's probably gonna come back to bite me and then prove you right in some way. So now, we're gonna play this correctly, but, oh man, that just makes me feel real bad. Due to the counter-revolutionaries controlling majority of the zones throughout the game, reputation is irrelevant, and so you are given the maximum amount at the beginning. And now I have your email address if I want to send you an angry retort. Don't anyone actually do that, though. That's like really rude. Don't do it. Normal difficulty, fine, we'll try that out. I didn't even get to see the name. I just totally, I'm clueless already. I missed it. It was Operation something. Welcome to Kralston. That's kind of a cool name. The revolution has begun. Set up your operations quickly as the gates will open soon. The gates of hell are upon us. All right, HQ. Well, most of the map is in fact covered in red. That leaves only these 4 tiles, and this one is a good 4 base that also defends the other 3, so that's kind of the best option. We've already discovered some camps, 4 of them, actually. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 bases we'll probably have to deal with, and we're training up some national soldiers. Cool. Now let's read every single thing. A counter-revolutionary control. The former government, now the counter-revolutionaries, control the majority of the zones. That's all the red stuff. They have many camps. I could have told you that without even doing the reading. Yeah, I'm very clueless so far. Soldiers can support while fighting. Now see, that's actually really good to know. That means that I can be a little bit more aggressive in my positioning and tactics. Pre-funded initiatives, including Revolutionary Forces Unit. Okay. Soviet support units deployment cannot be extended, and there are only 2 available. So the Soviets are going to be taking place of the coalition soldiers. We only get 2, and you can't extend them. Got it. Reuse of camps, destroy them, they become garrisons. So actually, the placement of all of these is pretty helpful because it does affect several zones around it. Informants. Camps are immediately revealed in full intel zones. Okay. No drones or airstrikes, ouch. Counter-revolutionaries can kill the revolutionary forces, so we can die, don't lose a fight. Some initiatives do not apply. Some job initiatives not available because they reek of too much liberalism. Yeah, those land rights and free farming and stuff, pah! It is all owned by the state. All right. And revolutionary forces do train up rather quickly. And finally, the counter-revolutionaries can support each other in combat. So everyone's supporting each other in combat. Okay, that takes my advantage and just completely nullifies it. This is still going to be pretty tough. Okay, so we have a lot of things that are, in fact, pre-funded, including some of the basics, plus some highways. I do like that. We start off with the census. Let's go ahead and pick up the effective procurement. Then probably the regional census. Gonna grab some literacy drive here. Might want to go for some additional roads. Let's think about that, though. Actually, some anti-corruption. It's already kind of high. Turns out the communist revolutionaries are a little bit corrupt. Who would have guessed? So there's some revolutionary forces. We have more levels. The farmers unite. Some farmers decide to join the forces. Train another national soldier with the Rural Specialist Attachment, presumably pre-attached, but maybe not. Weaker than the Soviets, yes, duly noted. So that's the coalition, figure that out. Garrisons, we have the artillery and the underbarrel, normal stuff to boost up national soldier strength. So the goal is to get as many of these national revolutionary units up and running as fast as possible. In fact, we should go ahead and start training up some more right now, I think, and then make them strong enough that we can hold back the counter-revolutionary forces. This is a red wave. Ironically, we're the color green. It'd be better if all of them could be green and I could be red. Then I'd feel like a proper red tide, but no. No, that's not a thing. All right, so anti-corruption, or, you know what, the PR media office is still really good. Let's also pick up that outreach office, and I could go for more anti-corruption, but we're about to get our first unit. We're gonna need him. Let's toss him right here because we're about to be under attack. Let's get a 3rd unit trained up. I just suspect this is going to be a militaristic scenario, but, you know, given the fact that I have 1 million reputation, it feels like shy of losing literally every tile. Losing isn't exactly possible, but we'll see. So do I want to go on the offensive with this other troop and try to cut off his reinforcements? As long as I can still reinforce while fighting, that's kind of fine with me. And we can start pushing our way toward the first of the insurgent bases. Try to get rid of all that nonsense. Wow, my corruption is unbelievably high. Okay, revolutionary forces are a bit of a problem. Do you want to deploy the urban specialist? It's honestly not that good, but yeah, we'll go ahead and take it. Why not? I can hold off on this for a moment, then we can immediately deploy these guys over here. Remember, there's no airstrikes. No airstrikes. That is going to cause a bit of a problem, isn't it? Foreign relations, no. Martial law. Definitely don't know why you would need this if you've got 1 million reputation, but that's fine. Anyway, we're finishing these guys off. It is a shame these guys do not die when they fight you. That would have been far more convenient. Okay. We can afford to push forward here, and it gets me the same basic reinforcement zone, so that's fine. Never mind, he's pulling over to attack me here right now. Let's just go ahead and intercept him over there. I need more anti-corruption. We probably do want to get our own forms of militia and security forces as well if we can. Now, one thing I'm worried about is if they're not dying and we can't encircle and kill off any of their units and they have this many bases, they're probably ramping up in numbers very, very rapidly. It's a little bit spoopy to think about, but here we go. What kind of roads we got over here, by the way? This is all highways down over here. Then we have some main roads. Yeah, okay. Okay. I would like to get some level of main roads training. I do need to continue training up some more revolutionary soldiers, but let's not be too aggressive and push any further than this. It's not like I'm at risk for reputation, so I can afford to wait for just a minute. Let's just continue pushing forward bit by bit, get those reinforcements in position. Whoops, I would like to train up some additional units, but again, that corruption risk, dude, it is terrible. Then again, wait a minute, why do I care? We've got so much reputation, I can afford to be as corrupt as I want. Huzzah! No moral strings attached. That's definitely the better way to go. Let's also clear out these minefields. I do think that's gonna make my life a smidge easier. So I can now afford to push forward with 2 units over here and still mostly reinforce where I want to. So that's what I'm gonna push for now. Let's see if we can get some reinforcements over here. As long as we win these fights, we'll be okay. I could get some additional, guns sent out to my soldiers to just kind of boost up that strength. And now I need some money so that I can pay these guys. These revolutionary forces want to stick around. I need money to do that. That would get me a little bit more national soldier strength so I can win these fights more resoundingly. There we go. All right, so as long as we're reinforcing each other and we don't go too far out on our own, we should be fine. Now we're making some pretty serious ground and we're starting to build out a whole load of initiatives to make the people like me and realize that communism is, in fact, the way to go. Let me think here. More anti-corruption? I just don't see the need. We've kind of wasted a lot of money on that. I'm getting rid of the minefields mostly so I have freedom of movement later. Get these roads properly upgraded and we'll be fine. What do we have here? The National Travel Logistics. Yeah. Could go for another soldier. I think I will. 5 soldiers sounds better than having only 4. And then we can start pushing forward over here. Can they attack across the river? Well, they can certainly reinforce across the river, but I don't see any evidence that they're not using the bridges. So, okay. Let's go for the Rural Specialist up over Mya, and let's see if we can make this work still. There's not a lot of reinforcing going on. I would like to get some garrisons, and ideally, darn it, I was hoping a garrison would have been up here to the north, making this a lot easier. Let's not lose this unit. Okay, this ain't gonna work. We have to pull off. Let's back up. And go for that foreign relations, blah, blah, blah. Do I seem clueless to you? This is actually getting under my bonnet a little bit more than I would have expected, but like, I think I'm doing fine. I think I'm doing just fine. What are you talking about? Fanatical outpost prevents insurgents from fleeing. What are you talking about? They can flee plenty. Okay. But we could get rid of the camp, but I'm trying to think where can we attack that's still gonna get a decent number of reinforcements. The answer is we really can't. We kind of need to get some Soviets in place. So let's first grab the National Travel Logistics, wait for a minute, get a little bit of extra money. And the reason I'm going for that is the combat boost as well as the movement speed increase so we can actually deploy quickly enough. I'll probably try to send some troops over here to also surround and destroy this base. But we do need to get some of these Soviets. So let's go ahead and request some support. I saw something new. What's this? When the Soviets leave, they train up new revolutionary forces. Oh, well, in that case, holy crud. Yeah, I don't care if we extend the contract with these guys. That just translates into more units. That works fine. We like that. All right, let's send these guys in place. And let's see how well we can take this out. I'm thinking that the Soviets should be able to win this pretty easily on their own since they are so much stronger. Let's also pick up the artillery upgrades. I think we got a little bit of time before I have to worry about going for the other thing. That surrounded and killed off a bunch of units, so we're set there. Now we're getting reinforcements in position, and we can send our Soviets to then destroy their camp over Mya. Perfect. All right, more camps, of course, still translates into extra garrisons, of which we are building many. Alrighty. Let's pick this up, the trainers, just in case this is a weird scenario where for some reason the coalition forces disband extremely quickly and I find myself in a terrible position. We are in a terrible position in the sense that we are having a hard time beating down this many enemies. I do need to continue reinforcing, but if we get over here and cut off some more reinforcements, that should make it a little easier. There we go. That's one less avenue for flanking, and thereby we win that fight. Perfect. Okay, everything's looking fine so far. Material drive. Create a drive for rural people, donate metal tools and scrap to be melted into weapons and other gear. Isn't this what the Chinese revolutionaries, like, actually did? I'm pretty sure it is. We'll go for the strategic communications, and we'll also just go ahead and pick up some telecoms. I do still need to win over the hearts and minds of the people. Let's just not neglect that entirely. Subtle pressure. Communism forever. Stop supporting our enemies. All right, we're going to move you guys forward. We're going to go ahead and surround and clear these guys. As long as they can't retreat across the river, which I don't think they can, this should be relatively easy, and they are, of course, reinforcing, but that's not a big deal. The lack of airstrikes is palpable here. Would have made my life a lot easier if we could. Now I can push you forward over here. We're going to have plenty of reinforcements to make sure we take out another camp and deal with an ambush. No problemo, man. No problemo at all. All right, what else we got? Let's go for some additional roads, both the interstates and the regular roads, just for maximum movement speed, so I can quickly redeploy if I make a mistake and something is going horribly wrong. And let's push you forward here with the urban specialist, take out another one of these bases. So far, so good, honestly. We're doing fine. You just got to be moving, kind of consistently forward and not get too aggressive and send people out to die on their own. There we go. That's a huge group dealt with right there. Beautimus, beautimus. And now these guys are going to leave. But that's fine, we already won the fight, and by sending them home, we just get a free revolutionary unit instead. So we don't antagonize the locals and stuff. We can push you forward. This is a little risky because there's only one area they can reinforce. This actually is going to be where things start getting tricky, unless they're not defending at all, in which case this gets a lot easier than I thought. Okay, well, in that case, let's move you here, move you here, move you here. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, you have to be careful because if we're pushing into an area where I can only reinforce in one direction, that's a bit of a bottleneck, and they can reinforce in lots of different directions. We're taking out this camp, no problem. A garrison here is not that useful, but I'll take it nonetheless. Continue applying subtle pressure to our enemies. No capitalism, capitalism bad, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're getting through all that. Perfect, that's a camp taken care of. A garrison is going to make this a little bit easier. Then we can push up over here and take out another camp to get another garrison. And then, do I push you forward over here? We could try. And then I could even try to push you over here and see if we can just surround these guys. And then cut off any avenues for extra reinforcements like so. And then boom. Well, I say that. Hold the phone. That's a lot of enemies. Okay, before we lose this, let's pull back, accept the reputation loss, not a big deal. Then we're going to try this again. But first, let's go for some combat reinforcements plus some stronger weapons. I want to save some of those Soviet reinforcements in the event that we find ourselves needing a stronger unit to deal with these guys. We're barely holding things together over here, but we are holding. Yeah, and now that we've got intel over here, the reinforcements are going to make this a lot easier. Boom, there we go, perfect, okay. Then you move forward over here. We have found an enemy stronghold. Okay, that's one of the reasons they resisted as well as they did. Hold the phone. I forgot. Ah, right, yes, there is, in fact, some sort of a camp over here. Sorry, no, not a camp, a tunnel, which is going to make it so that they can get over here. We have to leave someone behind. Unfortunate. Unfortunate indeed, but not a big deal. All right, let's go ahead and pick up some police recruitments. That's going to make my life easier. Let's also go for a couple levels of dirt road, so we have a combat bonus as we start pushing out into the remote regions. And from here on out, this should be really, really easy, right? I mean, I don't really anticipate this going to be very difficult. Oh, there was a stronghold here. Hello. Well, no wonder you were fighting tooth and nail. Okay. So we'll push you forward a little bit more. We'll continue applying some subtle pressure. That's going just fine. They're trying to get through over here. Killing them off. I'm a little bit worried about a retreat option right here, which could become a bit of a problem, but we will see. Hopefully we just continue killing them so they don't have an avenue to retreat, because once they get through here, it's going to be a lot harder to deal with them. What else we got? Civil support, no. Security checkpoints, don't need. Material drive, I mean, I guess I might as well make them stronger, sure. We also get some extra support level for whatever that's worth. Let's go for some water, some healthcare, and some better telecoms. Continue boosting up some of that support since we have not yet managed to stabilize any other zones from the very beginning of the game. We are losing an absolute ton of stability, but, like, it doesn't matter too much, I don't think. I don't think it matters all that much at all. So I would love to destroy this insurgent base, but I feel like we're going to have to go for one kind of grand attack over here. Hello, there's a camp. Let's go ahead and clear that out real quick. And yeah, these guys are actually dying rather than retreating into this zone. That's good. Okay. We might be able to attack successfully along here with these reinforcements. Just trying to think. We have to be careful and attack this from a direction where we can get as many reinforcers as possible. Because like right here, for example, we're fighting pretty hard. I think we'll still win, but it's a very even fight, and there's going to be a lot of enemies stacked up in these last two mountains. It's going to be a little bit tricky. We might even want to consider pulling out, letting them move forward, and then trying to swoop in and surround these guys away from the mountains and keep them out of here. Maybe. More subtle pressure will be fine. Okay, we're almost at the accusations backfire region, but not too much. A little bit more, we're just like one more good combat tick or so, and these guys will retreat, and once they're retreating, we will have this zone under control, which is right now. Perfect. All right, so we were able to brute force our way through that. What else we want to do here? I think that we want to get the coalition soldier. A tank doesn't do me any good. Zone security, support level. I guess we could do that since there are so many to go around. And then that's really all we can benefit from here. So I'm getting the extra Soviet soldiers so we can just toss someone else in here. Whoa, I just saw a whole bunch of enemies die. Or something. I'm not too sure how that happened, but it did. If we now move forward with this, we'll prevent any reinforcements on their end, and we're getting as many reinforcements as we can get. Of course, getting some intel is going to help with this a lot as well. And see, even with the coalition soldiers, we're having a hard time. Even with the garrison in here, we're having a hard time. Now, can the coalition soldiers die? Because the national soldiers can, but I don't know about the coalition ones. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is going to be a little bit difficult to actually burst through. We need garrisons to actually be built over here. Or we just need a lot more support level. A lot more support level would also work fine. Anything else I can do? We could see if there's anything new. Civil assistance, human terrain system. I'm just looking to see if a little bit of extra intel makes any difference. I don't think it does. We can go for anything to help reduce the hostility of people. We can get some of the remote outreach and stuff. We actually are winning the fights, sort of, kind of. There we go. Boom. All right. So these guys are gone. This garrison almost went down, but we started winning the fight and barely saved this thing, and that should be the end of it. And boom. Okay, now we just wait for these guys to probably spawn their next camps, but we've got garrisons all over the place and more units than I know what to do with. That is a victory in my book. Looks like there's actually a special government option over here as well for police raids. Feels like a better form of secret police. Very communist-y indeed. Okay, victory for me in Kralsok. Wasn't particularly difficult. It does help that you gave me, well, I'm sorry, not even just a million, 10 million reputation. Holy crud. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. So really, it's not exactly a challenging scenario as long as you do take your time, realizing you've got plenty of resources to go around. You just get the national soldiers supporting... You just get the national soldiers supporting each other and moving around, and boom. You just get the national soldiers moving together, make sure that they're covering each other's flanks, and boom, easy enough. All right, well, I do like the scenario. I do think it was good. A little too easy, and you don't have to give me that much reputation. Maybe start you off with, like, let's say 200 or something. Maybe 300. I don't know. I lost a couple thousand. All right, maybe 2,000. Maybe 2,000 or 3,000 reputation would be good. But regardless, it was a good scenario, even if you did make fun of me. I liked it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.